of the airwaves. It is Saturday and it is May 24th. Okay, it's a big holiday in Bulgaria. We're celebrating Saint Cyril and Methodius. Okay, I don't know if you know, I'm such a snob when it comes to that, being Bulgarian. Why? Because these two brothers, monks, have created the Cyrillic alphabet. It's a Bulgarian production. This way, the name comes from Cyrillic, right? Cyril and Method, two Bulgarian monks from Ohrid. So today we celebrate not only the creation of the alphabet, but the culture, everything that has been even written in Bulgarian. And yeah, it's a big holiday. Yesterday, I remember I told you tomorrow there's going to be something else. Yeah, it is a big deal. So if green is the color of ultimate happiness, this is the color of my hair today. Not only because we're having this great holiday, but because I have a guest, as I promised you, and not only a guest, but somebody who nobody can be more fitting to celebrate today as Shirin. Shirin, okay, I have a few books which are autographed by their authors. Shirin's book is one of them. The Second Wife, Seduced into Slavery. We know each other for the past 2 years. We're both founding members of Immigrant Women in Business here in Canada. My dear Shirin, who you're going to meet right now, is not only an author, not only a mother of 4 kids, but the biggest inspiration when it comes to empowering women and writing. So let's just think about this. Right now, she has this project going on, which is, first of all, become your North Star. You can be your own North Star. That's her vision. I cannot wait to introduce her to you. I thank you so much for joining me for this interview. And it's a treat for everybody who actually watches my little modest show, but done with best intentions. Here is Shirin. Yes. Okay, there you go.
Thank you very, very much for having me on this chat with you. I've always received your love, your appreciation, and it means so much to me, you know, on days when I'm not sure of myself and I don't know if I'm doing well. I just have to read your comment and it just lifts me up so beautifully. And I am back, you know, with 100%. You know, when my battery is low and I'm feeling down, that's what your comments do to me. It's kindness, kindness, and kindness all the way. Well, what I would like to talk about is that you know, life teaches you lessons. I've been through what I've been through in my life. Presently, I'm a single mother of 4 children. I was born in India. I live in Canada now for the past 15 years, going to be 16 years soon. And it's not been easy. However, what it's made me into was worth the price I paid, because it made me of service to others. It made my life meaningful in a way that if I can impact even just one life for one moment in my entire lifetime, I have done well. That's how I look at it. So it was worth it, you know. And we all have our stories, we all have our geniuses. So the stories are opportunities for us to show up as geniuses. And genius is a discipline, you have to craft it. It is a discipline where you have to be your own, you have to kick your own butt. You have to be your own motivator. You know, I can go to every coach I want in the world. I can pay big amounts of money to every coach, but they can't do anything for me. They can tell me what they did, and it's up to me what I pick from their lives and from their stories, and then make it my own. Like, make it my own learning and bring in my story and infuse it with the learning of others and come up with something powerful that I can create for my life. And so it is like looking at someone's recipe, but what that man or that person makes will not taste the same as what you make, even though it's the same food, it's the same ingredients, it's the same recipe, but everyone puts in their own taste, their own flavors, and that is their being into that dish. And that's how we create our lives. That's how we create our stories of victory and success. And so, you know, there was a time when people would tell me, talk about your story, tell them you're a cancer survivor, tell them you went through so much of mental emotional abuse. And I listened to everyone else's stories, and I was like, huh, look at what she went through. Like, who will say, you know, what's the big deal? Because truly enough, you know, every person that I speak with, everyone has a story. Everyone is a hero in their story. And no one can dim your light. No one can dim my light, because your when we all have our own lights to shine, and it's not something that has been given to you. That light is not like the light of the sun and you're the moon and you're absorbing someone else's light. It's your own light. You're a star. And so it's not something that'll be taken away. You know, you're like, it's, and if you, even if you look at the star, like the sun or the star, they're all burning to light up. They're all burning. So we all had to go through that burning. We had to go through that fire to come out on the other side and shine, you know. And you know, and that shine only comes when you don't want to burn out that fire. You keep that fire burning, and you don't burn others with that fire. You light up other people's lives with that fire. So this is what I would like to say and share, and especially during you know, the pandemic times, where the whole world doesn't know, doesn't like, has never experienced something like this before. So nobody, no one, even the world leaders don't know. They don't have an answer to, you know, to give specifically, that would convince or that would satisfy any one of us that, you know, okay, this is what it is meant to be. Nobody knows anything about it, so it's unprecedented and it is unpredictable. So there's no past and there's no future that we can, you know, distinctly point out towards, and we're just living in the now. There is no other choice. The pandemic has compelled us to live in the now. We only know the now, and this is the lesson of the pandemic, to live in the now. And that's something that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I mean, on Monday. This is the now, you know, like, and this is our learning. This is our practice. How we're going to live in the now when we have no control over the past, no lessons from the past to replicate, or you know, give us an idea of how to live this. And there's nothing, you know, what's going to happen in the future. So the only thing, it is a very difficult time for a lot of people. Like, I know very young people whose colleges have shut down, and they had dreams, and they just started school in September, and they are going through serious depression. There are people whose businesses have shut down. It has not been easy on a lot of people. There are people who started new relationships and they can't meet their partners, and it's hard. And then there are families that are separated, and there are deaths that are happening, and people are devastated. So there's a lot going on, and being kind to each other and being kind to us ourselves, and and not being hard and saying, oh, you got to do this, you got to keep going, crushing it. It's not fair. And so what I would what I keep telling people is that reach out instead of reach in instead of expecting someone to reach out. So
Mhm.
if people are not knocking at your door or calling you or wanting to find out what they're doing, what you're doing, don't take it personally, and reach out, because they're dealing with maybe as much as what you're dealing with, or even more. So this is not the time for any ego play. This is the time of raising the collective, the vibes of the collective, the thinking of the collectives, the mindset of the collectives. There is no other way out of it. We all are in this together. And if there's even one person who is left out, if there's even one person who's left out, we are not complete. And as long as we are not complete, we can't raise the vibe of this world if the world is divided, and there's some who are feeling the negativity and sharing the negativity, and they're all thinking bad things are going to happen. And then there are people who are saying, we got this, take one day at a time, take it slow. And they're actually deliberately, intentionally practicing how to handle this with meditation, with breath work, with calming down, with listening to podcasts, with being with a tribe of people who are powerful, and consciously choosing positive vibes. And that's the world's leaders now are not the politicians. The world's leaders are the people who are lifting you up, because when you lift one person up, it has an impact on the world. You don't know what that person is going to do, and how it's going to snowball. You lift one person up, that person takes off. Maybe that person plays a bigger game in their life and impacts the whole world. So you don't know where one act of kindness is going to take you. It just takes that one act. And nobody's gesture is too small. Whatever you know, whatever you understand, whatever you think will be a gift to others, it's time to be generous and share it. Stop judging whether you're looking good or not, whether you have enough information to give. Just share your heart out. It was very confronting for me to start this 10-day challenge.
Yes, let's talk about that, because Shirin, that's precisely who you are. I'm so happy that there is this technology that can videotape and audio tape you. That's precisely what it is. I learned one thing from you, and this is show up. This
Yes.
show up no matter what. Your presence is the most important thing that you can give this world. So obviously, I know you have not been standing still in all the days I know you. But let's talk, just tell us about, because we want to refer everybody to your challenge that you just started, and please tell us more about that.
Sure. So, when you talk about showing up, I have this belief that, when you don't give up, and then when you show up, you get to live up.
Yeah.
You get to live up, and that's what it is all about. And um, this challenge was something that I took on because I personally, it's not that I've got it all right and it's perfect and I'm on top of everything in my life and every day is beautiful and I'm the boss and I can do it. And you know what? It's not like that. Every day is different. There are some days when I am having fun with my family and I'm enjoying the slowing down and I'm enjoying baking and, playing with my kids and watching movies together. We're having movie nights almost every night. And there are some days when I really want my space, when I don't want to talk to anybody, when I don't want to be on social media, when I just want to be alone because I am afraid and I don't know what's next for anybody and everybody. And, and there are certain areas of my life that are impacted. I couldn't travel if I wanted to travel. My income is impacted. The children can't go to school. I've lost some money because of certain payments I made. I paid flight tickets, paid for all five of us, and I lost all that money. So there have been losses. But yes, I'm not making that into a story and becoming a victim. But even then, there are some days when I feel down because of the unpredictability and because of how prolonged this is, and it keeps getting extended and extended, and I really don't know when this is going to end, because the virus is always going to be there. So the virus is not going to stop. What we would need would be some kind of a treatment, or some kind of a possibility that would save people's lives, whether it's a vaccine, or whether it's a pill, or whether it's some kind of medical treatment, or some alternative healing. I don't know what that looks like, but the virus is going to be there. So how long can we keep doing this? And to save our physical life, like our physical being, and to protect it from any illness or death, what is the price we are going to eventually pay in terms of our mental, emotional, and social well-being? Because as human beings, we are social animals, and to just isolate ourselves and not be able to interact, how is it going to impact the other areas of our health? So that's one concern I have. However, so it's a concern. It's not a dead statement that, oh, it's a bad thing. So it's just a concern. And so having it in my awareness makes me think of creating possibilities of working on it. That, okay, if I'm worrying about something, it's not going to solve my problem. How can I shift that? What could I do so that my mental health, my emotional health, my social health is being taken care of?
Yes.
Like, what could I do right now that'll make me happy? That's simple. What could I do with whatever I have, limited resources available, that would make me happy? So that's how I live through those days and try to shift myself, even if it means dancing. With the dancing with the kids, or like having a video chat with friends, or listening to music, or simple things. And so because I am like, I've had this in my space, that it's not easy. I started this challenge where it's called Reclaim Your Power, because people are feeling, due to not knowing what to do and how things are going to be, people are feeling powerless. People are like, don't feel like they have any control over their lives anymore. So having control is actually not power, but being able to flow with things is power. So with power, so what I'm playing with is to reclaim your power. That means to be able to flow with whatever life throws at you, and not swim against the tide, but with the tide of things. And so reclaim your power in 10 days. So each day I throw a challenge, and I ask people to work on that challenge. And the challenge is intentional. The intention is to provide them with tools to shift their mindset, no matter what life throws at them. It's not just for the pandemic. You could use that in anything in your life, whatever you have to deal with. So 10 days, and something that is overwhelming you, a problem, something that you see as a problem, is what takes away your power, how you see it. So reclaiming your power in 10 days without leaving your home. So I just want to be on the safe side, not telling people to go out and do things so that, the government says, what are you telling them to do? So we are cooperating, and we are still playing the game in a safe way so that nobody is impacted. And we still have our power. We can still create power no matter where we are. Like a person, somebody had told me, after all that I've been through, I took that as a huge compliment. I don't know how far it's true, but I don't remember, somebody had told me, you're a person, if we just pick you up and throw you anywhere in the world in the middle of a desert, you will find your way to survive.
Yes.
That's the way everybody should be.
Oh my God. Thank God. No, this is genius. You know that. I'm not saying that, but you know what I think about really your beautiful mind and your beautiful heart. So, and that's because the challenge is going on, started yesterday. We want to send everybody to your Facebook. So, but now we have to end with you tell us, when is it on? Because this is the best part. Okay. What time is it?
Yes. So, well, the challenge started yesterday, and tomorrow is Sunday. I won't go online tomorrow, but every day until 10 days. Today was day 2, so another 8 more days to go. Every day at 11 a.m., I am going live on Facebook. There's a group called Reclaim Your Power on my Be Your Own North Star Facebook page. And it's a public group. It's open to everybody. Everybody is welcome to play this game. The more, the merrier. See, the idea is to impact the collective, right? Like if we all raise our vibration and if we all, lift each other up, it's not one person's job. We all have to be in this together. So if we all lift each other up, it becomes easier. Doing the heavy lifting, it becomes easier. One person lifts a heavy weight, it's hard. If we all lift it, then it's easy. It's just common sense. So we're doing this at 11 a.m. I chose 11 because it's the number of manifestation. It is setting your intentions, and what, if you think positively, that's what you're going to create. It's the time of creating. And 11 is like repeating, so it's kind of replicating. It's like sending that echo. And so it's infinite, and that's a very powerful time. And so it's intentionally been chosen where people come together and we talk about shifting our thinking from a negative mindset to a positive one.
I cannot thank you enough ever. Not in words, nothing. I cannot. So everything that you've said, I'll send you the video to approve. But I cannot thank you enough. So I'll see you Monday at 11:11. So the 11:11 is just wonderful. Shirin, I want you to remember, and that we wish. It was funny when you dedicated this book to me. You wrote precisely what I wrote to the card to congratulate you on publishing your book.
Yes.
We have this telepathy. Yes. We have this connection which just came because of, I have no idea, but I'm blessed and I thank God every single day that I know people like you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for taking the time. And I have the feeling I'll see you very, very soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you. I love you. Thank you for having me here.
You too, Shirita. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.